Hello and welcome back, staff. So glad to see you. I hope that you had a wonderful summer and are ready to approach this wonderful new year of 25-26. Today, we have a very short PD here. We want to just share some information with you about some things that we're going to be working on this year. So I'll go ahead and get started without further ado. All right. What we're going to be doing this year is we're going to be working on trying to make sure that we are helping to flourish and build and develop those skills of uh, personal focus here at Wolsey Wood High School. So I figured it would be best if we started with our story as Wolsey Wood High School here. So, what our goals will be for this year are going to be engaging our families in order to strengthen student learning both inside and outside of the classroom. We also want to promote more inclusivity in our learning, positive school ethos and culture, and meeting all of our school needs. We have such a diverse population here in South Vacaville that we want to make sure that we're engaging our families in such a way that they know and feel that we are there to support their students. And we also want to let them know that we are including different things in our lessons that will allow the students to see themselves a little bit more and have more of a connection with their learning. This is our goal for this year. So let's look at our community overall here in South Vacaville. About 73% of our student population are minorities, and 42% of the total population are economically disadvantaged. They're either on free or reduced lunch, or we do have some that are home insecure. We have a very diverse language population as well. Of course, English is the most dominant population or most commonly spoken at home here at our school, but we do have a large group of students that speak Spanish, Tagalog, and we even have some that speak Chinese or Mandarin. Okay. So we want to make sure that we are focusing on our community values, the Wildcat Way, respect, kindness, responsibility, safety. These are the things that we want to make sure that we are pushing here or we're focusing on and getting our students on board with as well. We are seeing in South Vacaville a lot of housing growth. We see a lot of new apartment complexes coming up, new housing developments, and we have to be able to meet the needs of those families as they come into this community. So there's a couple of things that drove us to these particular goals. Number one, we want to support family engagement. We want to make sure our families know that we have their students' best interests in mind, and we want to make sure that they are a part of some of the decisions we make here at Wolsey Wood. We are going to be taking an extra effort to be sure that we address any disparities, whether it's with learning barriers or if there are some financial issues that are separating some students. We want to make sure that all students are getting a valued education. Everybody is getting the same fair education. So we will be focusing on addressing any disparities to do that. We are going to be reinforcing our community values, again, the Wildcat Way. We want to make sure that is a daily part of our dealings here at Wolsey Wood on campus and hoping that it will also carry over when they leave and are going home or out in the community. And finally, we want to emphasize on inclusive and character-centered growth. We want each student to grow each day in a very personal and educational way. We want to make sure that we are helping to develop very strong citizens who are respectful and responsible. Okay, so this requires some equity-driven decision making. So we're going to be expanding access to meals and technology. One of the ways that we're doing that is we are going to have 2 days where our food closet is open. We've previously had it open only on Fridays, but now we'll have pickups that are available on Wednesdays as well because students work different schedules. They may not be able to make it just on a Friday. That's one of the some of the feedback that we got last year. We want to make sure that it's available to them. And also, we are going to be sure and be certain that families are getting information that they are welcome to come and get food from our food closet as well. We're also going to make sure that all of the students are utilizing the opportunity for the free lunch. We want to make sure that all of our students are able to eat at least breakfast and lunch each day. So we will be focusing on that. And we will look into ways that we can extend our technology even outside the classroom. We're working on that now for students who may be in need of a Chromebook to take home for vacations that they're going on with their family. We're going to talk about how we can utilize that because we do have students that are out for various reasons and they need access to curriculum that is online, and we want to make sure that we're able to do that. We're also going to be translating all of our key communications. Again, I mentioned that we have a large variety of students who speak other languages at home, being Spanish, Tagalog, and Chinese, Mandarin. We want to make sure that we are inclusive so that all of our families are informed about everything that's going on here on campus. So we are working, the district is working with us to find a translator for the Mandarin Chinese language so that we can ensure that we get that done for them. We have some that do Tagalog already. We have some, of course, that do Spanish, but we want to make sure that we bring those families that speak Mandarin in as well. We are going to focus a little bit more on having more culturally responsible PDs this year as well, because again, we want to make sure our students and our families feel that they are a part of our community. So we want to be sensitive to that, and we want to also highlight some of the things that occur in your lessons that maybe can be related to different cultures at different times. And also, we want to make sure that we are targeting our resources during our planning so that we can meet all of these goals. So we're trying to figure out how we can best do that, but we all have to work together to make this happen. So we've looked at some best practices that will allow us to better engage our families here in the Wildcat community. We are going to have quarterly some family learning nights. We're going to make sure that they're bilingual again. Someone from each language background that we discussed earlier. Again, we're working on the person who does Mandarin. We're working on it. Um, but we'll have some Spanish speaking translators as well as Tagalog translators as well at our family nights. We are going to also offer some of those workshops as virtual workshops as well. We know that we work in a very hardworking community, and sometimes our parents aren't off on the nights that we have these different opportunities scheduled. And we want to make sure they have access to it, even in their native tongue as well, because we don't want them to miss any information. We are going to also develop some grade level liaison teams. We want to make sure that we're following our students from their freshman year through their senior year, making sure that our students are on track as a whole. And we're just going to be focusing on how to make their experiences that much more fulfilling here while they are on campus with us here at Wood. And finally, we are going to be looking at having some more cultural community events. There are so many different local organizations that want to come in and share with us. And we are so excited to have that happen so that everybody has an opportunity to learn more about one another's culture. So we are going to be doing that and also making sure that families are aware so they can come and enjoy as well. Now, these are our strategies for inclusivity. We're going to be focusing on students because their buy-in is extremely important. If we're going to be working on the Wildcat Way, we need to make sure that the students are a part of it. So with that in mind, Again, we're going to be practicing these restorative practices throughout our school in every classroom. There are going to be some co-designed student leadership programs. Again, student buy-in is extremely important when we're talking about this as well. And we want to make sure, as a result of having these restorative practices posted all around our school and practicing them in every classroom and having these leadership programs where students can work on including those strategies will allow us to create an environment that's going to give students an opportunity to feel like they belong and also create more equity and let students know that they have a voice. So we want to ensure that as well. So focusing again on the Wildcat Way, there's a couple ways that we're talking about doing this. We're going to have some embedded lessons that include conversations about being kind and respectful, responsible, being safe. We want to make sure that's incorporated so that they're hearing it all the time, that we are always sharing with them the importance of these values, so that we can see that increased campus wide when we see our students interacting with one another, as well as interacting with staff or other community members. We are also doing some more staff recognition programs. Last year, we made sure we gave students an opportunity to send shout outs to different staff members that they just wanted to make sure that they knew how appreciated they were. And I was in one of the classes when they uh, kind of spirit bombed one of the teachers. And just to see that teacher's face light up, pardon me, really made a difference. So we're going to be incorporating even more staff recognition opportunities this year. And also during our advisory sessions, we're going to talk about empathy and service with everything that's going on in our community. Even though some of our students may have some challenges that they're trying to meet, they need to understand that helping others is important as well, that we need to show one another empathy. That will also help to create a better, more cohesive community here. So we want to focus on that. So we will have some lessons that we'll share with you that you can use during your Monday advisory classes. So how are we going to communicate this vision that we have and how we're going to be moving forward here this year at Wilsey Wood? We are going to have some quarterly newsletters as well as send out videos that will be posted on our website where we're sharing exactly what's going on when those community events are, kind of like when they have the announcements weekly when the students go and they share that information. And we're thinking about actually letting some of those videos be by the students so that they feel they're more involved and it will get more engagement by other students and families as well when they see their students um, there and sharing. So that's one of the strategies we're using there. Um, we'll have some interactive boards on campus that share these ideas and make sure they're telling everybody what's going on, when, where, and how they become a part of it. And then we're going to be doing a lot of feedback and surveys this year. We want to make sure that what we're doing is working. So we are going to be having some feedback loops just to ensure that we are on the right track. So as we move forward with this, we want to make sure everybody's aware of our shared purpose here, that we're all practicing inclusive practices that lets everyone feel involved. Everyone does have a voice here, whether they're students, staff, teachers, parents. We want everyone to be included in all of these wonderful things that we have going forward. And we're going to make sure that all of our growth is data informed, all the changes that we make, all of the adjustments that are made are due to that data that we have received on the feedback from all of our stakeholders. Okay. And we want to again make sure we're building those strong partnerships out in the community. We are working, as you know, of course, with Solano Community College. We're looking at having a more inclusive biotech program where the students will have the basics that allow them to at least get an entry level position. So that's a part of the CTE that we're doing there. And we want to make sure that our partnerships not only enrich our students, but that we are giving back to them in some sort of way. So we are trying to build that, like again with Solano Community College, as well as some of the local businesses here. And we have a lot of the local mentorship programs that are bringing in tutors for after school assistance for students. So we're just looking to include our community so that our students can see that not only do their parents care, not only do their teachers care, but the community at large is here for them to support them through their journey, through their education. So we're trying to build those partnerships and strengthen them here. One of the things I wanted to share with you, this will be in your mailbox when you get a chance to go and pick it up, is our community profile. This gives you just an overall of everything pretty much that you need to know at a glance about We'll See Wood, about our community, our feeder schools, because that's important as well. We are going to be working more with the elementary and middle school that feed into us because we want to make sure that the students are coming in with stronger skills that prepare them for high school when they step on the campus. So we are going to be doing that. So you'll know who your focus schools are and maybe how we can figure out what's best for us to include in trying to make sure those students are prepared with the skills they need when they walk in the door the first day as a ninth grader. But you can get an overall look at our school here and just some information about the community at large, because that helps us to better understand how we can serve our students. So this has been shared with you so that you can look at it. And if you are dying for more information, these are just a couple of references of how we came about this plan, and we are excited here. You're welcome to look up anything that will help you to better understand what it is we're doing and the direction that we're flowing in, and also so that you can add some more to it. Because, of course, we want to expand it. We want to make sure that your view, your vision is a part of this as well. So please take that opportunity. But I just wanted to thank you so much for joining me here. I am so glad to see you guys back, and I'm excited about what this year holds. Have a wonderful school year. Bye bye.